For thousands of years, humanity searched the skies for answers. In the stars, the sun, the moon, and the myths that shaped civilizations. But what if the stories we've been told are only half the truth? Here on Unmasking the Gods, we explore the hidden patterns of myth, religion, and the cosmos, uncovering the wisdom our ancestors left behind. If you're ready to see beyond the veil like this video, subscribe and join us each week as we continue unmasking the gods. Imagine a world without the sun. No light, no warmth, no growth, no life. Everything withers and dies. The very idea is unbearable. And so it's no surprise that the sun has been the center of so many religions. To the ancients, the sun wasn't just a star, it was the divine. It was salvation, the savior, the way to transcend the darkness. So let's begin at the start. Let's go back to where humanity first looked up and saw the daily dance of the sun. Let's explore the incredible, unbelievable mythology and history of the sun, starting with the sun in Egypt, the eternal journey of Ra. The Egyptians weren't the first to worship the sun, but they may have been its most devoted. Their sun god, Ra, was not one being, but many. The most prominent was Re, a falcon-headed god who sailed his solar bark across the sky each day, bringing light and life to the world below. As the sun set, it began its journey through the underworld, a perilous trip through a realm of darkness ruled by the serpent god Apep, who constantly tried to swallow the sun and plunge the world into eternal darkness. Every sunrise was a victory, a testament to the triumph of order over chaos. And the pharaoh was considered the son of the sun god, charged with maintaining the cosmic order. The Egyptians built monumental temples aligned with the cardinal directions to witness the most important moments of the sun's journey. At Karnak, the morning sun passed through two colossal statues of sphinxes guarding the entrance to the sacred lake, symbolizing the sun's journey from darkness to light. During the winter solstice, the first rays of dawn hit the statue of Ra seated on his throne, deep within the sanctuary of Amun at Karnak Temple. The annual sunrise on December 25th at Abu Simbel showed the first rays of light touching the three sleeping statues of gods. These precise alignments turned ordinary moments into holy experiences, and it's no wonder that the Egyptian sun was a god of resurrection. Its daily death and rebirth symbolized the eternal cycle of life, death, and renewal. But the sun wasn't alone. It had many faces, many companions. Horus, the falcon god, was associated with the rising sun, representing youth, kingship, and victory. Aten, the sun disk, was a supreme god worshipped during the reign of Akhenaten. He demanded absolute devotion and ushered in one of the earliest experiments in monotheism. Osiris, though more closely linked to the underworld, also paralleled the sun's journey, dying and resurrecting each year, bringing hope for eternal renewal. And many other gods and goddesses shared the sun's celestial stage, creating a rich tapestry of myths and rituals. The sun in Mesopotamia, Shamash, and the light of justice. While the Egyptians focused on the sun's life-giving powers, the Babylonians, under the influence of their patron deity, Shamash, emphasized its role in law and order. Each day Shamash rose in the east and traveled across the sky, seeing everything. His light revealed secrets, exposed deceptions, and brought truth to light. His symbol was the sun or moon disk, with rays extending outward, symbolizing his all-seeing nature and divine authority. In art and architecture, Shamash was shown holding the traditional emblems of justice, a ring and a staff or rod. In the Eshnuna period, the sun god Shamash was exalted as the dispenser of justice. Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, was also linked with the sun, riding a chariot drawn by fiery dragons, perhaps reflecting her connection to both light and the underworld. Shamash was such an important figure that the first 5 books of the Babylonian Bible are named after him and his court. For the Babylonians, the sun was not just a celestial body, it was the embodiment of justice, exposing falsehood and rewarding the righteous. The sun in Persia, light versus darkness. Several thousand miles east in the land of ancient Persia, the sun was part of a grand narrative of light versus darkness. Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, held that the universe was a battleground where good and evil, light and darkness, were locked in an eternal struggle. Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, was the personification of truth and light. His opponent, Angra Mainyu, represented deceit and darkness. Humans were created with free will, enabling them to choose between light and darkness. It was their responsibility to choose wisely and uphold the principles of truth, goodness, and light. The concept of the sun as a divine being became intertwined with this dualistic worldview. The sun's daily cycle was seen as a microcosm of the cosmic struggle between good and evil. As the sun rose each morning, it symbolized the triumph of light over darkness. The sun's rays became associated with purity, enlightenment, and the power of the good. Fire became sacred because it could capture and preserve the sun's essence. Zoroastrian temples often had eternal flames burning in fire temples, symbolizing the divine presence of the sun. The reverence for the sun was also evident in the worship of Mithras, a mysterious deity whose origins may lie in pre-Zoroastrian traditions. Mithras became popular among the soldiers and common people. According to one tradition, Mithras emerged from a rock and slew a venomous bull. He then shared a secret covenant with those who witnessed his birth, possibly alluding to the mysteries of light and darkness. The Roman cult of Mithraism, which flourished in the late Roman Empire, placed great emphasis on the sun's significance. They associated the sun with Sol Invictus, the unconquerable sun. This identification with the sun god was meant to convey invincibility and immortality, themes that resonated with the Roman soldiers who formed the core of Mithraism. Some scholars suggest that the Romans celebrated December 25th as the birthday of Sol Invictus, potentially influencing the later Christian celebration of Christmas on the same date. Greece, Helios and Apollo. The Greeks saw the sun as Helios, the all-seeing god who drove his golden chariot across the sky each day. His sight was said to be perfect, leaving nothing hidden or unknown. He was light as vision, awareness, and truth. Apollo, the god of music, prophecy, and healing, came to embody many of the solar qualities. Apollo's association with light can be seen in his oracle at Delphi, where the fumes from the earth were believed to carry messages from the gods. These oracles were highly influential in Greek culture, guiding decisions and shaping destinies. Apollo's connection to light extended to his role as a bringer of clarity and harmony. Music, poetry, and art were seen as ways to access and express the divine order and beauty of the cosmos, all inspired by the sun's radiance. Rome, Sol Invictus, and imperial power. The Romans inherited Greek and Oriental religious ideas and synthesized them with their own beliefs. They identified the sun god with the Roman state and emperor. Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun, became a state deity in the late empire. His worship was used to promote imperial authority and the glory of Rome. The emperors were depicted wearing a solar crown or halo, signifying their divine right to rule. The festival of Sol Invictus on December 25th marked the rebirth of the sun after the winter solstice, symbolizing the return of light and the invincibility of Rome itself. The sun in the Americas, sun kings and sacred sacrifice. In Mesoamerica, the sun was a vital life force and was personified as a supreme god. For the Inca, Inti was the sun god and father of the royal line. His golden temple, the Coricancha, was a dazzling spectacle, lined with gold and precious stones. Inti's daughter, Mama Kila, was the moon goddess. The Inca viewed the sun as the supreme ruler, and the emperor was considered his son on earth. The Inca celebrated Inti Raymi, a major festival honoring the sun in June. It was a time for renewal, reaffirming the bond between the sun and his people. For the Aztec, the sun god, Huitzilopochtli, was central to their religion. They believed that the sun needed human blood and hearts to sustain its journey across the sky. Without these offerings, the sun might falter in its battle against the forces of darkness. The Maya built impressive structures aligned with solar events. At Chichen Itza, the El Castillo pyramid's shadow resembled a feathered serpent descending the stairs on the equinox, marking a cosmic drama of light and darkness. India, Surya, and the light of life. In India, the sun god was known as Surya, and he was said to ride a golden chariot drawn by 7 horses. Each horse represented one of the 7 days of the week, and Surya was seen as the father of the 7 sages. Surya's wife Saranyu was the personification of light, and his sons Yama and Yami represented day and night. The Rig Veda, one of the ancient Hindu scriptures, contains many hymns dedicated to Surya, praising him as the eye of the gods, the bringer of health, and the source of all life. Surya was not only a deity, but also a symbol of vital energy, prana. The practice of yoga saluting the sun, Surya Namaskar, is a traditional way to honor Surya and harness his life-giving energy. In modern times, we understand the sun scientifically, yet we still turn to it in wonder and awe. The sun is more than a celestial body. It's a symbol of life, light, and hope. Whether we call it Ra, Apollo, Surya, or simply the sun, it continues to inspire our art, culture, and spirituality. What do you find most fascinating about the sun's role in mythology and religion? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more journeys through history. Thank you for watching.